It is 3:17 in the morning. Your eyes snap open. The room is dark. Your body is completely exhausted. But your mind is running like someone just slammed the accelerator inside your skull. You lie there, staring at the ceiling, thinking, why does this keep happening to me? You did nothing wrong. You went to bed early, and yet here you are, again, wide awake, at 3 in the morning. While you are listening, hit subscribe and like, because what I am about to tell you next will change the way you sleep forever. Meet Harold, 71 years old, retired engineer from Columbus, Ohio. Harold had been waking up at 3 in the morning for 4 straight years. His doctor told him it was normal aging, gave him higher dose melatonin, told him to avoid screens before bed. Harold followed every instruction, and every single night, 3 in the morning, eyes open, mind racing, body destroyed. What Harold's doctor never told him, and what I am about to tell you, is that what was happening inside Harold's brain had nothing to do with melatonin. And the pill he swallowed every night was quietly making the real problem worse. Here is the truth most doctors do not have time to explain. And some, I will be honest, do not even know. Because this research was published over 10 years ago, and still has not reached the standard medical curriculum, your doctor learned what he learned in medical school. And medical schools are not updating fast enough for people like you and Harold. What wakes you up at 3 in the morning is not insomnia. It is a biological system inside your brain failing to complete its most critical nightly job. And the consequences go somewhere that will genuinely shock you. In 2013, scientists at the University of Rochester published a discovery so significant it rewrote our understanding of the aging brain. They found a system nobody had documented before. Not a theory, an actual physical network. They called it the glymphatic system, a microscopic channel network surrounding your neurons that activates almost exclusively during deep sleep. And what it does during that window is something every person over 60 on this planet deserves to know. It flushes toxic waste out of your brain, every single night, like a biological cleaning crew working only the night shift. Cerebrospinal fluid pumps through these channels and physically carries toxic proteins away from your neurons, out of your brain, into your bloodstream, and out of your body. One of those proteins is called beta amyloid. That name should stop you cold. It is the exact protein accumulating silently in Alzheimer's patients for 20 to 30 years before a single symptom appears. And your glymphatic system clears it every night while you sleep, automatically, free, no pill required. What happens when that cleaning system stops working? Drop in the comments which topic you want me to cover next: sleep, memory, or energy after 60. Your vote directly shapes this channel. Your sleep is a precise architecture. 90-minute cycles repeated 4 to 5 times per night. In the first 2 cycles, your brain descends into deep, slow-wave sleep, stage 3, the deepest level. This is the only window when your glymphatic system runs at full capacity. This is when toxic proteins get cleared. This is when your brain genuinely recovers. Now here is the first turn that changes everything. After 60, that architecture does not gradually decline. It collapses. Deep, slow-wave sleep falls from 20% of your night to less than 8%. In many adults over 70, it nearly vanishes. Your brain is spending 60% less time in the only state where it can clean itself. And nobody in that office ever told you this was actively happening inside your head. Think about your own sleep. When did you last wake up genuinely restored? Not just functional, actually restored. Drop your honest answer below and tell me what you think is causing it. I read every single comment, and your opinion shapes what I research next. And here is the second turn, the one that explains 3:17 specifically. As deep sleep collapses, something moves in to fill that space. Cortisol, your primary stress hormone. In a young, healthy adult, cortisol stays quiet all night and rises gently around 5 or 6 in the morning. Clean, predictable, perfectly timed. But after 60, that timing drifts. The nighttime floor rises year by year. The morning surge starts earlier. Instead of climbing at 6 a.m., it fires at 3. It activates your nervous system, it raises your heart rate just enough, and it tears you out of the last deep sleep cycle your glymphatic system needed to finish the job. Hold this open loop right now. What I am about to show you next is why everything you have been told about fixing this is actively working against you. Stay with me. So when your eyes snap open at 3:17, your brain did not finish cleaning. The beta amyloid that should have been cleared is still sitting in your neural tissue. Not from one bad night, from hundreds of them. Quietly, invisibly, building. Harold did not have a sleep problem. Harold had a brain maintenance crisis compounding silently for 4 years, and the system meant to help him handed him a pill that fixed exactly none of it. Research from the University of Rochester is clear. Chronic disruption of glymphatic clearance does not just produce fatigue, it accelerates the neurological deterioration linked to cognitive decline. Not someday, now. Every morning you wake at 3 a.m., your brain has left critical work unfinished. If deep sleep is the only switch that activates your glymphatic system, then why is melatonin not only failing to restore it, but potentially accelerating the collapse? That answer is coming, and it will make you look at that bottle on your nightstand very differently tonight. Here is something your doctor has never said out loud to you. Melatonin does not create sleep. It signals the brain that darkness has arrived. That is all it does. It is a messenger, not a builder. And here is what nobody in the supplement industry wants you to understand. When you take high doses of synthetic melatonin night after night, your brain reads that signal as coming from outside. So it quietly begins producing less of its own. Month after month, your natural melatonin production shrinks. And the cortisol problem, the one actually tearing you out of deep sleep at 3 in the morning, keeps running completely untouched. You are treating the messenger and ignoring the fire entirely. This is not a fringe opinion. A 2014 review in PLOS1 analyzed melatonin dosing across multiple studies and found that the typical over-the-counter dose of 5 to 10 milligrams is up to 20 times higher than what the human brain naturally produces. 20 times higher. And excess melatonin does not deepen sleep. It fragments it, which means millions of people over 60 are taking a pill every single night that suppresses their natural production while simultaneously fragmenting the very deep sleep their glymphatic system desperately needs to run its nightly cleaning cycle. Harold was one of them. 4 years of melatonin, 4 years of fragmented sleep, 4 years of beta amyloid quietly building up in tissue that should have been cleaned every single night. When Harold finally stopped the melatonin and addressed the real cortisol problem directly, something shifted within 2 weeks. Not magic. Biology finally given the right conditions. So what actually addresses the cortisol surge at 3 in the morning? This is where the science gets genuinely interesting, and where mainstream advice gets it completely wrong again. The cortisol spike at 3 a.m. is not random. It is triggered by a blood sugar drop. When you eat dinner, your body processes glucose through the night. In many adults over 60, especially those with any degree of insulin resistance, blood glucose drops too far in the early morning hours. The brain reads this as a metabolic emergency. It fires the adrenal glands, cortisol surges, you wake up. This means the 3 a.m. awakening is not primarily a sleep problem. It is a metabolic problem wearing a sleep mask. And the solution is not a pill you take at bedtime. It is what you eat at dinner and what your blood sugar does for the next 8 hours while you sleep. Here is the protocol the research actually supports. First, eliminate all refined carbohydrates from your evening meal. Not because of weight, because refined carbohydrates create the blood sugar spike and crash cycle that directly triggers the 3 a.m. cortisol surge. A dinner built around protein, healthy fat, and fiber-rich vegetables produces a flat, stable glucose curve through the night. No crash, no adrenal alarm. No cortisol spike at 3. Second, and this is the part almost nobody is doing, support your glymphatic system directly through sleep position. Research from Stony Brook University published in the Journal of Neuroscience found that sleeping on your side increases glymphatic clearance efficiency by approximately 25% compared to sleeping on your back. Your brain's cleaning system works significantly better on its side. That is a completely free intervention that takes zero effort and costs absolutely nothing. Third, body temperature. Your glymphatic system runs most efficiently when your core temperature drops in the first 90 minutes of sleep. A room temperature between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit creates the optimal thermal environment for deep, slow-wave sleep. Most people sleep too warm. A cooler room is not a comfort preference. It is a direct biological requirement for the deep sleep your brain needs to clean itself properly. Now I want to ask you something directly. Of these three interventions, the dinner change, the sleep position, the room temperature, which one do you think you have been getting wrong? Drop your honest answer in the comments right now. Because the pattern I have seen tells me that most people over 60 are failing all three simultaneously without ever knowing any of them actually mattered. This brings us back to Harold. Harold changed his dinner. He cut the refined carbohydrates completely. He cooled his bedroom to 66 degrees. He switched to sleeping on his side. Within 3 weeks, his 3 a.m. wake-ups dropped from every single night to twice a week. Within 6 weeks, they were nearly gone entirely. His doctor called it spontaneous improvement. Harold called it finally understanding what his body had actually needed all along. What Harold's doctor still has not told him, and what I want you to carry out of this video tonight, is that his brain is now cleaning itself properly for the first time in 4 years. The glymphatic system that was failing every night is now completing its work. The beta amyloid that was building silently is now being cleared on schedule. That is not a minor improvement. That is the difference between a brain that ages gracefully and a brain that silently deteriorates. The aging brain is not broken. It has been given the wrong conditions for so long it forgot what the right conditions feel like. And the moment you restore those conditions, the biology responds. Not because of a pill, because that is what biology does when you finally stop working against it. Tell me in the comments, which of the three are you trying tonight? And what topic do you want me to cover next? Cortisol and memory, blood sugar and aging, or the supplement industry's biggest lie? Your answer decides what comes next on this channel. Your brain has a cleaning system. It runs every night. It needs deep sleep to work. And now you know exactly what has been stopping it, and exactly what to do about it tonight.